Hey everyone! Welcome back to Everyday English with I am Natasha, your go-to channel for mastering real, natural English that locals actually speak. In today's episode, we're diving into something super exciting. Speak like a local. 50 plus essential. American English idioms and slang you need. Have you ever heard someone say break a leg before a performance and wondered if they actually want you to get hurt? Or maybe someone spilled the tea and you were left staring at your cup, totally confused about what just happened. Welcome to the wild, colorful, and sometimes confusing world of American idioms and slang, where hitting the sack means going to sleep, ghosting isn't paranormal, and cutting corners has nothing to do with arts and crafts. This is Speak Like a Local, 50 plus. Essential American English idioms and slang you need. And if you've ever felt left out in a conversation because of expressions that just don't make sense, you're in exactly the right place. We're going to unpack over 50 of the most common and surprisingly useful idioms and slang phrases Americans use every day. Not just what they mean, but how, when, and why they're used. Because it's one thing to know a phrase. It's another thing to sound like you've owned it for years. You'll learn expressions like throw someone under the bus, catch some Z's, no cap, flex, low key and high key, bite the bullet, cuffing season, and way more than just the definitions. So why should you care about idioms and slang? Because they're everywhere. They're in your favorite Netflix shows, in TikToks, in job interviews, emails, memes, casual conversations, literally woven into the way Americans communicate. You can speak perfect English and still miss the point if you don't understand the expressions people use every day. Let's be real. If you learned English in a classroom, you probably got the grammar rules, the verb tenses, maybe even some business vocabulary. But chances are, no one warned you about phrases like, hit the nail on the head or let's touch base. These expressions can sound weird. They're not logical. And they definitely don't follow the rules you studied. That's because idioms aren't just part of the language. They're part of the culture. And that's where this video comes in. Have you ever been in a conversation and suddenly someone says, let's not open that can of worms, and everyone laughs except you? Or you're texting someone and they reply, that's sus, and you're wondering if they meant suspicious or if they just made a typo? You're not alone. This happens to so many English learners. And honestly, even native speakers from other countries get confused by American slang sometimes. That's how specific and how cultural it is. But once you get it, everything clicks. Suddenly, TV shows make more sense. Conversations flow easier. You feel confident jumping into group chats, making jokes, even understanding sarcasm. Because yes, idioms are often wrapped in sarcasm, humor, or irony. In this video, we're going deep, but not in a boring, academic way. We've divided all 50 plus phrases into clear, fun categories. Everyday idioms you'll hear constantly. Slang that's trending now. Work and business idioms you'll hear in emails and meetings. Pop culture slang. From music and TV relationship expressions. Yep. We're decoding situationship. Weird, funny idioms that sound crazy but are totally normal. Regional slang. Because yes, Americans speak differently in New York versus Texas, each section is packed with examples, cultural context, and real-life scenarios. You won't just memorize, you'll visualize. You'll get short stories, quirky explanations, and tricks to make these idioms stick in your brain. I'll also show you what not to do. Because some slang is outdated or even offensive if used incorrectly. timing and tone are everything. A phrase that's cool in a text might sound strange in a formal setting. And saying YOLO to your boss, probably not a great idea. We're going to talk about that. You'll also learn how to practice these expressions so they sound natural, not forced or robotic. Think of idioms like seasoning in a dish. A sprinkle makes your language flavorful. Too much? It's overwhelming. Just right? You sound fluent, relatable, and real. And don't worry if you've tried to use idioms before and people didn't get you. That's normal. Most learners hesitate because they're afraid of using slang the wrong way. But today, we're removing that fear. I'll show you how to test drive these phrases in safe ways, like low-stakes conversations, texting, or repeating phrases from shows and songs. Here's something else you'll love. I'll highlight which idioms are commonly used by different age groups. That way, you don't accidentally use Gen Z slang if you're in a business meeting, or sound like a grandparent if you're chatting on social media. Whether you're traveling to the US, working with American clients, chatting with friends, online, binge-watching English shows, or just want to feel like you finally get it, this is the place to be. You're about to unlock a whole new layer of the English language, one that's vibrant, emotional, and alive. So if you're ready to stop sounding like a textbook and start speaking like a local, let's get started. Section 1. Idioms for Everyday Life. Let's kick things off with idioms you're likely to hear in everyday conversations. These are the expressions your American coworker, neighbor, or even barista might use, often, without realizing they're using slang at all. They're natural, casual, and super common. Master these, and you're already sounding 10x more fluent. Piece of cake, meaning something that's very easy to do. Example: don't stress about the math test. It's a piece of cake. You'll hear this idiom when someone wants to say something was effortless. Americans love understatement, and calling something a piece of cake makes it sound almost laughably simple. Bonus: you'll sound super relaxed and confident when you use it. Under the weather, meaning feeling sick or unwell. Example: I'm going to stay home today. I'm feeling a little under the weather. This is a soft, polite way to say you're sick. It's useful at work, in texts, or when you just want to be subtle about not feeling your best. Spill the beans, meaning to reveal a secret or surprise. Example: come on, spill the beans. Who's the mystery guest? Fun fact, this one might come from ancient voting rituals, but today, it just means someone let out information they were supposed to keep quiet. It's playful and informal, and often used when people are eager to hear gossip or surprises. Break the ice, meaning to do or say something to make people feel more comfortable. Example: telling a joke at the start of the meeting really helped break the ice. This is the go-to idiom for social situations, especially with strangers. It's perfect when talking about introductions, awkward silences, or getting a conversation started. Hit the books, meaning to study intensely. Example: finals are coming. It's time to hit the books. No violence here, just a dramatic way to say it's study time. You'll hear students say this when they're getting serious about exams or projects. Let the cat out of the bag, meaning to accidentally reveal a secret. Example: I was trying to keep the party a surprise, but Jake let the cat out of the bag. This one is often used when someone accidentally says something they weren't supposed to, kind of like spilling the beans, but more about an unintended mistake. Call it a day, meaning to stop working for now or finish for the dated example. We've done enough. Let's call it a day. This idiom is super common in workplaces. It's not rude. It's just a way of saying, let's wrap up. 8. Bite the bullet. Meaning, to do something difficult or unpleasant that you've been avoiding. Example, I didn't want to go to the dentist, but I finally bit the bullet. There's a slightly dramatic tone to this one, which makes it great for conversations where you're pushing yourself to face something hard. Hit the nail on the head. Meaning, to say exactly the right thing or to be 100% correct. Example, when you said the problem was communication, you hit the nail on the head. This is a high compliment. It shows that someone understood or expressed something perfectly. Burn the midnight oil. Meaning, to stay up very late working or studying. Example, she was burning the midnight oil to finish the report, a poetic way to describe late-night hustle. You'll hear it in academic or work-related contexts, especially when people are working past bedtime. Real-world mini-scenario. Let's say you're a college student in the U.S. Your roommate walks in at 1 a.m. and finds you at your desk. He says, "Whoa, you're really burning the midnight oil." You sigh and reply, "Yeah, I've been hitting the books all day. This exam better be a piece of cake." Boom. That short exchange just packed in 3 idioms, all of them natural, authentic, and 100% something you'd hear in real life. Why these idioms matter. These expressions don't just make your English sound more fluent, they help you fit in. They add emotion, rhythm, and familiarity to your speech. Saying, "I'm tired," is fine. Saying, "I burned the midnight oil last night," paints a vivid picture. And when you understand these idioms, you also avoid missing meaning. In fast conversations, instead of getting stuck trying to translate every word, you feel what's being said. How to practice. Repeat phrases out loud. Say them in different tones: serious, casual, funny. Use them in text messages or social media. Watch shows like Friends, The Office, or Brooklyn Nine-Nine. They're gold mines for idioms. Try shadowing. Repeat what you hear instantly to build fluency and rhythm. Section 2. Slang. You'll hear all the time. If you've spent any time scrolling through TikTok, watching American TV shows, or texting with friends from the US, you've probably run into some slang that made you pause and think, wait, what does that even mean? Well, this section is your decoder ring. We're diving into modern American slang, the stuff that's everywhere online, in group chats, and in daily conversations, especially among younger people. Most of it is super casual, often playful, and can change quickly. But if you want to sound up to date, this is the language you need to know. Ghosting. Meaning, suddenly cutting off communication with someone without explanation. Example. We went on 2 dates, and then she totally ghosted me. You'll hear this a lot in dating contexts, but it can also happen in friendships or jobs. Ghosting is considered rude, but unfortunately, it happens often. Salty. Meaning, bitter, annoyed, or upset about something minor. Example, he's still salty about losing the video game last night. This slang is playful and slightly teasing, not mean, just descriptive of someone who can't let go of a small loss. Flex, meaning, to show off, either seriously or jokingly. Example, posting all those vacation pics is a serious flex. You can flex your muscles, or your new shoes, salary, or even your vocabulary. Just know that sometimes it's said with sarcasm. No cap, meaning no lie. I'm serious. Example: that movie was amazing. No cap. This one comes from hip-hop culture and means the speaker is being completely honest. Cap means lie. No cap means truth. Low-key, high-key, meaning low-key, secretly, subtly, slightly. High-key, openly, intensely, loudly. Examples: I low-key want to stay home tonight. I high-key love that new album. These are often used to express levels of emotion or preference in a fun, dramatic way. I'm dead. I'm weak. Meaning, that's hilarious. Example: that meme? I'm dead. This is not literal. It's a funny way to say you laughed so hard you died. You'll see it a lot in comments online. Tea, spill the tea. Meaning, gossip, news, juicy information. Example: you have to spill the tea. What happened at the party? Tea is used almost exclusively in fun, casual conversations. When someone says, "What's the tea?" they're asking for updates and drama. Cringe, meaning embarrassing, awkward, or trying too hard. Example: that influencer's apology video was pure cringe. This one can be a little harsh, but it's commonly used to describe behavior that feels uncomfortable or socially awkward. Lit, meaning fun, exciting, amazing. Example: that concert was lit. Lit can describe a party, a night, out, a song, anything with high energy and good vibes. Sus, meaning suspicious or shady behavior. Example: he's being super sus right now. I think he's hiding something. Short for suspicious, this slang became hugely popular thanks to the game Among Us, and it's now part of everyday slang, especially among Gen Z. Bonus terms you'll hear constantly: bet. Means okay or for sure. Want to hang out later? Bet. Slaps means something is awesome, especially a song. This track slaps. Vibe can be a mood, a person, or a general atmosphere. This cafe is such a chill vibe. Extra, dramatic, over the top. She decorated her cubicle with lights and balloons? That's so extra. Bougie. Fancy, luxury, or trying to act expensive. He brought gourmet popcorn to the movie? Bougie. Real-life conversation, example friend. 1. OMG, spill the tea. What happened after we left? Friend 2. Girl, I'm dead. So Jake tried to flex his new car, but then stalled it in front of everyone. Friend 1. No, that's so cringe. Friend 2. Right? And Sarah ghosted him the next day. Sus, right? Just 5 lines and 7 slang terms. All natural, all fluent, all incredibly common. Why this slang? Matters, think of slang like cultural shorthand. It adds humor, irony, and personality to conversations. It helps you sound real, like someone who understands not just the words, but the vibe behind them. And if you don't know it, conversations can feel like a code you're not invited to crack. Slang safety tips. Don't force it. Use slang you feel comfortable with. Watch tone and context. Some words are casual funny in texts, but might sound immature at work. Use shows, YouTube, and TikTok to observe how slang is actually used. Section 3. Idioms in Work and Business. Let's shift gears into the professional world. Even in a formal setting like the workplace, Americans still use tons of idioms. especially in meetings, emails, and casual office chats. And guess what? A lot of them sound vague or even confusing unless you've heard them before. But once you know them, they're incredibly useful, whether you're in a team meeting, a job interview, or just networking casually. Think outside the box. Meaning, be creative. Come up with new and original ideas. Example: we need a fresh marketing strategy. Let's think outside the box. This is probably the most used creative idiom in business. It's a go-to phrase for encouraging innovation and avoiding the same old ideas. Touch base, meaning to check in or briefly communicate. Example: let's touch base next week about the proposal. This is a very common way to suggest a follow-up meeting or quick chat. You'll hear it a lot in emails. Circle back, meaning to return to a topic or issue later. Example: let's circle back to that after we review the numbers. Another classic email phrase. It means not now, but we'll revisit this. It's polite, indirect, and very corporate. On the same page, meaning to agree or have a shared understanding. Example: before we move forward, I want to make sure we're on the same page. This is essential in collaboration, especially in team settings. It shows alignment and avoids miscommunication. Get the ball rolling. Meaning, to start something, especially a project or process. Example: once we have funding, we can get the ball rolling on development. This idiom adds energy. It suggests momentum and initiative, perfect for team leaders or project starters. Hit the ground running, meaning to start a task or job quickly and effectively. Example: we need someone who can hit the ground running, no long training period. This is often used in hiring situations where speed and experience are highly valued. Back to the drawing board, meaning to start over because the current plan failed. Example: the client rejected our pitch, it's back to the drawing. Board. It's used when you need to completely rethink your approach. A bit discouraging, but common. Learn the ropes, meaning to learn how something is done, to get trained. Example: she's still learning the ropes, but she's doing well. This idiom is supportive and helpful, a great one for team leaders welcoming new hires. Put it on the back burner, meaning to delay or postpone something that isn't urgent. Example: let's put the redesign on the back burner and focus on sales first. This shows prioritization, and it's a soft way to say, we'll get to it later. 10. Take it offline, meaning to discuss something privately or after a meeting. Example: we're out of time. Let's take this offline. Very common in meetings, especially when a side topic needs more time. Real-life scenario. Imagine this meeting. Manager: thanks for joining. Before we dive in, I want to make sure we're all on the same page. Team lead: absolutely. We need to think outside the box here. The last campaign didn't convert. Manager: let's get the ball rolling today, but we'll touch base again Friday and circle back on any action items. New hire: to herself: wow, I need to learn the ropes fast. That's 5 idioms in under 2 minutes. Welcome to corporate America. Why these matter in business. Using business idioms shows you're not just fluent, you're culturally fluent. You understand nuance. You can write professional emails that sound confident, not robotic. You can sit in meetings and instantly catch the meaning behind phrases like, "let's table this," or "it's a win-win." More importantly, you'll avoid misunderstandings. Many of these idioms don't translate literally, and assuming the wrong meaning can lead to big communication gaps. Practice tips for business idioms. Watch business-focused shows like The Office, Suits, or even LinkedIn learning videos. Mimic real emails. Rewrite your messages using idioms where appropriate. Join virtual meetings, webinars, and listen for recurring phrases. Record yourself using these idioms and play back to adjust tone. Section 4. Idioms from pop culture. Pop culture isn't just entertainment, it's a language factory. Music, movies, TV, and especially the internet are constantly pumping out new idioms and slang that become part of everyday American English. Some last for decades, others fade quickly, but all of them reveal how language adapts to culture, humor, and technology. In this section, we're going to decode some of the most popular idioms and phrases that have emerged, or exploded in popularity thanks to pop culture. Throw shade, meaning to subtly or sarcastically insult someone. Example: did you hear what she said about his outfit? Total shade. This comes from drag and LGBTQ+ ballroom culture, made famous through shows like RuPaul's Drag Race. Today, it's mainstream, often playful, sometimes serious. Glow up, meaning a major improvement in someone's appearance, confidence, or lifestyle. Example: she had such a glow up since high school. Total transformation. Used to describe personal growth, especially physical and emotional. You'll see this all over TikTok and Instagram. Binge watch, meaning to watch multiple episodes or an entire season of a show in one sitting. Example: I binged the whole season of Stranger Things in one night. Thanks to Netflix, this idiom exploded. It's now a regular part of entertainment lingo, especially post-2015 for ship, short for relationship, meaning to support or hope two people get together romantically. Example: I totally ship those two characters. They'd be perfect together. Born from fandom communities, shipping is now common among teens and adults who obsess over fictional or real-life couples. Main character energy, meaning acting like the star of your own story, confidently and dramatically. Example: she walked into that party with total main character energy. This comes from social media where people talk about being the main character in life. It's fun, empowering, and a little self-aware. It's giving, meaning a way to describe the vibe something gives off. Example: that outfit? It's giving boss energy. Started as internet slang, this phrase lets you describe something's emotional or aesthetic impression. It's always followed by a noun or idea. It's giving drama. It's giving summer. It's giving broke. Cancel someone, cancel culture, meaning to publicly criticize or boycott someone for something offensive or controversial. Example: that celebrity was canceled after the video went viral. This term became huge in social media and political discourse. While controversial, it's key vocabulary for anyone reading online debates or cultural news. Break the internet, meaning to go viral in a massive way. Example: Beyoncé's pregnancy announcement literally broke the internet. Coined. After a magazine cover caused a viral frenzy, this idiom now means everyone's talking about it. That's a vibe, meaning it feels right. It matches the mood. Example: chill music, candles, comfy clothes. That's a vibe. Similar to it's giving, this is about feelings and aesthetics. A simple phrase that expresses approval or connection. 10. I did a thing. Meaning, a playful way to announce something you did, especially something bold or new. Example: I did a thing and booked a trip to New York. Popular on Instagram. And YouTube captions, this idiom is casual and a bit self-deprecating. Real-world pop culture chat friend. 1. Okay, that was a full-on glow-up. I didn't even recognize her. Friend 2. Right? Main character energy. She broke the internet last night. Friend 1. And the shade she threw at her ex? I died. Friend 2. She's canceled him, fully. It's giving revenge drama. Just like that. 4 modern idioms in under 30 seconds straight from Instagram culture. Why these idioms matter. Pop culture idioms give your English flavor, currency, and personality. They're fun. They're expressive. And they help you understand what people are really saying online, in group chats, and on TV. Without them, things like memes, viral videos, or trending tweets can feel like a mystery. Plus, using a pop culture idiom well can actually make you more relatable. You show you're not just fluent in English, you're fluent in today's English. Tips to stay updated. Follow creators on TikTok and YouTube. Listen to their speech patterns. Watch popular reality TV and comedy shows. Love Island, RuPaul's Drag Race, The Kardashians, etc. Read the comments section. That's where a lot of new slang gets tested and spread. Use Urban Dictionary, carefully, to check new phrases. Section 5. Idioms for conflict and dramalets. Face it, life isn't always smooth sailing. And when emotions run high, American English pulls out some of its most colorful expressions. Whether it's arguments, betrayals, frustration, or chaos, there's an idiom for every dramatic twist. In this section, we'll explore idioms people use when things get messy. These are especially common in TV dramas, heated conversations, and social media fights. And they're essential for understanding emotional tone. Throw someone under the bus, meaning to betray someone or make them take the blame to protect yourself. Example: he forgot to do the report and then threw me under the bus in front of our boss. This is a classic drama idiom. It implies you were sacrificed unfairly, and people use it when they feel wronged. Hit the roof, meaning to suddenly get very angry. Example: my dad hit the roof when he saw the phone bill. This one is all about explosive emotion. Think shouting, yelling, or serious frustration. Add fuel to the fire, meaning to make an already bad situation worse. Example: instead of apologizing, she made a joke. It just added fuel to the fire. A powerful way to describe escalating drama when someone makes tension even worse. Caught in the crossfire, meaning to get involved in a conflict unintentionally. Example: I wasn't even part of their argument, but somehow I got caught in the crossfire. Used when innocent people are pulled into other people's drama or conflict. Stir the pot, meaning to deliberately start drama or provoke people. Example: she always brings up politics at dinner, just to stir the pot. This idiom is used for people who seem to enjoy creating tension, often just for the reaction. Air dirty laundry, meaning to reveal personal or embarrassing issues in public. Example: they were airing their dirty laundry on Facebook for everyone to see. This idiom is about oversharing conflict, usually something that should stay private. Go off on someone, meaning to yell or harshly criticize someone suddenly. Example: he went off on the waiter for bringing the wrong drink. Highly emotional and direct, a full verbal attack. Rub someone the wrong way, meaning to annoy or irritate someone unintentionally. Example: I don't know what it is, but he just rubs me the wrong way. This one's more subtle. It's about vibes, not open conflict, but mild dislike or tension. Read someone the riot act, meaning to give someone a serious, often loud warning or lecture. Example: when I got home late, my mom read me the riot act. Very formal sounding but used informally. This is all about scolding and authority. The last straw, meaning the final event that causes someone to snap or give up. Example: when she forgot my birthday, that was the last straw. This phrase is emotional. It shows that someone has been patient for a while, but finally reached their breaking point. Conflict in conversation. Friend 1. I can't believe she told my secret. Total betrayal. Friend 2. I know. She really threw you under the bus. Friend 1. And then she stirred the pot on purpose, just to get a reaction. Friend 2. Ugh, that was the last straw for me. Drama? Fully expressed, and 100% natural English. Conflict idioms in pop culture. If you watch shows like Grey's Anatomy, Euphoria, House of Cards, or even Survivor, you'll hear these idioms constantly. They're part of the rhythm of dramatic storytelling. For example, when a character finally explodes in anger, he hit the roof. When someone is caught between two feuding friends, she's caught in the crossfire. When an argument goes public, they aired their dirty laundry. Once you recognize these idioms, the emotional tone of the scene becomes much clearer, even without subtitles. Why these idioms matter. Conflict language gives your English depth. It helps you describe emotions and situations more precisely. Instead of just saying he was mad, you can say he went off. Instead of saying she annoyed me, you can say she rubbed me the wrong way. More powerful, more expressive, more native. How to practice conflict idioms. Watch emotional scenes with subtitles. Pause and repeat the idioms out loud. Act them out. Literally role-play arguments using idioms. Write short stories or fake messages using dramatic expressions. Practice switching tone. Same idiom, said seriously versus sarcastically. Section 6. Idioms that sound. Weird but our common English has some idioms that make zero sense on the surface. You hear them and think, did I hear that right? Did they just say a cat is in a bag? These expressions sound bizarre when translated, literally, but they're 100% normal to native speakers. This section breaks down idioms that confuse even advanced learners because they just don't follow logic. But once you know them, you'll hear them everywhere. Kick the bucket, meaning to die, used humorously or euphemistically. Example: I hope to travel the world before I kick the bucket. This idiom is strange but well known. It's not usually used in serious situations, more often in jokes or exaggerated stories. Let the cat out of the bag, meaning To reveal a secret, often accidentally. Example: she let the cat out of the bag about the surprise party. You'll hear this in casual conversations when someone blurts out something they weren't supposed to share. Hold your horses, meaning wait, be patient. Example: we haven't even packed yet. Hold your horses. This is a fun way. To tell someone to slow down or calm down. Raining cats and dogs, meaning raining very heavily. Example: we canceled the picnic. It was raining cats and dogs. Yes, it sounds ridiculous. No, there are no animals involved, but it's still used. 5. Barking up the wrong tree, meaning blaming the wrong person or misunderstanding the situation. Example: if you think I took your charger, you're barking up the wrong tree. The image is odd. A dog barking at a tree with no squirrel in it, but the meaning is clear. You're mistaken. Hit the sack, meaning go to bed. Example: I'm exhausted. Time to hit the sack. No violence involved. This just means sleep, and it's very commonly used at the end of the day. Cost an arm and a leg, meaning extremely expensive. Example: that designer bag costs an arm and a leg. This one paints a pretty intense image, but people use it all the time to talk about overpriced things. Off the beaten path, meaning unusual or less known, often about places or ideas. Example: we found a cool restaurant off the beaten path. It's great for describing hidden gems, whether it's a travel spot or a creative idea. Under the table, meaning secretly, often dishonestly. Example: he paid them under the table to avoid taxes. This idiom suggests a shady or unofficial deal, especially involving money. The elephant in the room, meaning a big issue that everyone is aware of but no one wants to discuss. Example: we need to talk about the elephant in the room, our budget problem. Strange image, powerful meaning. You'll hear this in both work and personal conversations. Why these idioms matter. These are the idioms that make learners go, wait, what? And that's exactly why they're important. They stick in your memory because they're so weird. But more importantly, they're normal. Americans don't stop to think about how strange these sound. They just use them without blinking. That's why you need to understand them too. These expressions show up in everyday speech, often come with humor, sarcasm, or exaggeration. Are used in both casual and serious situations. Weird idioms in real conversation. Friend 1. Ugh, this bill cost me an arm and a leg. Friend 2. Same. I'm about to hit the sack though. Hold your horses. I'll text you tomorrow. Friend 1. Cool, just don't let the cat out of the bag about my birthday plans. Totally bizarre on paper. Totally normal in conversation. Practice tips. Visualize the idioms. Make mental pictures. They help you remember. Write funny. Short stories using 3 or more weird idioms. Say them out loud, with emphasis, humor, and rhythm. Watch sitcoms like Friends, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, or How I Met Your Mother. They're full of these. Section 7. Dating and Relationship Slang. Welcome to the emotional roller coaster that is modern dating, and the language that comes with it. American English is packed with relationship slang that reflects how people flirt, date, break up, and everything in between. These expressions are short, catchy, and constantly evolving thanks to texting culture, social media, and reality TV. If you've ever watched a dating show or read a viral text screenshot, you've seen these terms. Let's decode them so we can join the conversation or avoid getting ghosted. Cuffing season. Meaning, the time of year, usually fall and winter, when people look for serious relationships. Example: it's getting cold. Must be cuffing season again. This slang comes from the idea of cuffing, or locking someone down temporarily for cozy weather. Think Netflix marathons and hoodie borrowing. Situationship, meaning a romantic or sexual relationship that isn't clearly defined. Example: we've been texting for months, but it's still just a situationship. It's more than friends, but not quite a couple. Welcome to the gray area of modern romance. Ghosting. Meaning, when someone suddenly cuts off all communication without explanation. Example: we went on 2 dates, and then he ghosted me. We covered this earlier, but it's especially common in dating. It's rude, but happens often, especially in online dating. Breadcrumbing, meaning sending occasional messages just to keep someone interested with no real intention of commitment. Example: he texts once a week but never makes plans. Total breadcrumbing. It's emotional teasing, a frustrating and confusing experience for the one on the receiving end. Thirsty, meaning desperate for attention, usually romantic or sexual. Example: liking all her photos at 2 a.m.? That's thirsty. This slang can be playful or insulting. It depends on the tone. Benching, meaning keeping someone as a backup while you date others. Example: I think he's benching me. I only hear from him when he's bored. Think of it like sports. You're not in the game, but you're still on the team. Ouch. 7. Red flag. Meaning, a warning sign that someone is toxic, dishonest, or bad for you. Example: he doesn't believe in apologies. That's a red flag. You'll see this used a lot on TikTok, Instagram, and dating podcasts. Everyone's on the lookout for red flags. Green flag, meaning a positive sign that someone is respectful, honest, and healthy to be with. Example: he actually listens and remembers what I say. Total green flag. Green Shasher Go. It's the relationship version of this is good. 9. Love bombing. Meaning, overwhelming someone with affection or gifts early on, often to manipulate them. Example: at first he was sending flowers every day, then things got controlling. Classic love bombing. This term comes from psychology and is now common in relationship advice content. 10. Soft launch. Meaning, posting hints about a new relationship on social media without revealing everything. Example: she posted a dinner pic with a guy's arm. Definitely a soft launch. Popularized by Instagram culture, it's the mysterious teaser phase of modern relationships. Real-life text exchange friend. 1. I thought we had something, but now he's ghosted me. Friend 2. Ugh, red flag. I bet he's just breadcrumbing until cuffing season. Friend 1. And I was planning a soft launch. Guess I'll bench him next. One conversation, 6 slang terms, and you know exactly what they're talking about. Where you'll hear these dating shows like Love is Blind, The Bachelor, and too hot to handle podcasts like Call Her Daddy or Girls Gotta Eat TikToks. Breaking down text messages and relationship drama, Twitter threads and meme pages. This slang is fueled by internet culture, but it reflects very real dating experiences, especially for Gen Z and millennials. Why it matters, this language helps people talk about modern romance in clear, fun, and often dramatic ways. It gives you the tools to describe emotional confusion, dating patterns, and even toxic behavior in just one word. You could say, "He seems a little emotionally unavailable and inconsistent." Or you could just say, "Red flag." It's efficient. It's expressive. It's modern. Practice tips. Scroll through dating memes and try identifying which idioms show up. Write a fake dating story using 5 or more terms. Translate real experiences from your own life into slang. Yes, that one guy counts. Watch romantic comedies and listen for cues. Section 8. Idioms from sports and games. Americans love sports, and it shows in their language. Even if someone isn't athletic, they're likely using sports slang in daily conversation without realizing it. These idioms are about competition, pressure, performance, and sometimes just playing the game of life. Whether you're at work, in a relationship, or just watching Netflix, you'll hear these idioms tossed around casually, especially by people who want to sound strategic, tough, or confident. Down to the wire, meaning something that happens at the last possible moment. Example: that project came down to the wire, but we submitted it on time. Originally a racing term, now used for any deadline crunch. Hit it out of the park, meaning to do something exceptionally well. Example: her presentation hit it out of the park. This is from baseball, a home run, but it's now used for any big success. Call the shots, meaning to be in control, to make the decisions. Example: who's calling the shots on this campaign? Used at work, in relationships, and even among friends, this idiom signals authority. Level playing field, meaning a fair situation where everyone has an equal chance. Example: let's create a level playing field for all applicants, used in business, education, and social conversations. It's about fairness and equal opportunity. Throw in the towel, meaning to give up or quit, especially after trying hard. Example: after 10 failed interviews, I almost threw in the towel. From boxing, the moment a fighter's coach literally throws in a towel to stop the match. Drop the ball, meaning to make a mistake or fail to follow through. Example: I totally dropped the ball. I forgot to send the email. Used when someone takes responsibility for messing up. Get the ball rolling, meaning to start a project or process. Example: let's get the ball rolling on this redesign. Energetic, proactive. This idiom sounds like a leader taking initiative. Game changer, meaning something that dramatically changes a situation or outcome. Example: this new technology is a game changer for remote work. Great for business, tech, or innovation. It signals a big shift. Par for the course, meaning normal, expected, even if it's not great. Example: delays? That's par for the course with government paperwork. From golf. Used to describe predictable, sometimes frustrating, outcomes. Take one for the team, meaning to make a sacrifice for the benefit of others. Example: No one wanted to work the holiday shift, so I took one for the team. It sounds heroic, and it's often said with humor or pride. Bonus idioms from games, not just sports. Wild card, an unpredictable person or element. She's a wild card in this group project, could go either way. Play, your cards right. Handle a situation well to succeed. If you play your cards right, you might get promoted. The ball is in your court. It's your decision or move now. I apologized. Now the ball's in her court. Everyday use in Conversation Manager. We're down to the wire on this deadline. Let's get the ball rolling ASAP. Coworker. If we play our cards right, we can still hit it out of the park. Manager. Cool. But if anyone drops the ball again, we're done. Boom. A full-on sports idiom relay. Common in business and surprisingly natural in casual talk too. Why these idioms? Matter sports idioms communicate strategy, performance, teamwork, and pressure. Fast. They help you sound confident, decisive, and action-oriented. That's why they're so common in business presentations, political speeches, job interviews, motivational talks. Even if you've never watched a game of baseball or played poker, these idioms give you fluency in how Americans think and speak. Practice tips. Watch shows like Shark Tank, The Apprentice, or sports commentary clips. Use sports idioms in emails to sound confident but casual. Role-play high-stakes situations, job interviews, negotiations, using these phrases. Translate your own life moments into game terms. Section 9. Regional Slang. Across the U.S., think all Americans speak the same English? Think again. From the streets of New York to the beaches of California to the Deep South and the Midwest, American slang varies a lot. Each region has its own flavor, vocabulary, and expressions, some of which are totally confusing unless you're from there. This section breaks down iconic regional slang and what it reveals about the people who use it. Whether you're traveling, watching local content, or trying to blend in, this guide will help you speak the local language. New York and Northeast, mad, as in mad good, meaning very or extremely. Example, that pizza was mad. Good, used for emphasis. In other places, mad means angry, but in New York, it's about intensity. Brick, meaning freezing cold. Example. Yo, it's brick out here. Usually used in the winter. If someone says it's brick, bundle up. The city. Meaning, New York City, and only New York City. Example. I'm going into the city this weekend. In the Northeast, the city never means LA, Chicago, or anywhere else. West Coast, California, hella meaning very, a lot. Example. That concert was hella fun. Famous NorCal slang. You'll hear it a lot in the Bay Area. The 405, the 101, meaning highway numbers, especially in SoCal. Example. Traffic's brutal on the 405. Only Californians add the before highway numbers. It's a quick way to spot a local. June gloom, meaning overcast weather in early summer, SoCal. Example. Don't worry, June gloom will pass. A regional term that shows how even weather slang is localized. The South, y'all, meaning you all, plural you. Example. Are y'all coming to dinner? Possibly the most famous Southern slang, and actually super useful. Friendly, inclusive, and grammatically practical. Bless your heart. Meaning can mean I feel for you, or a subtle insult. Example: "Oh, she tried her best. Bless her heart." Context is everything. It can be sweet or sarcastic. Fixin'. To meaning, about to do something. Example: "I'm fixin' to head out soon." Uniquely Southern. A charming way to say you're preparing to take action. The Midwest, ope. Meaning, an involuntary sound when you bump into someone or drop something. Example: bumps into chair. Ope. Sorry, Midwesterners say this constantly. It's not a real word, it's a vibe. Pop, meaning soda. Example: "Wanna pop with that?" If you say soda in the Midwest, people might still understand, but pop is the homegrown term. Jeet, meaning did you eat? Contraction of did you eat? Example: "Jeet yet?" Nah, you. Casual, fast, and uniquely Midwestern. Real-life regional exchange New Yorker. "It's mad brick out here. You good?" Southerner. "Yeah. I'm fixin' to head in. Bless your heart." Californian. "Hella cold tonight, huh? Thought June gloom was over?" Same language. Totally different dialects. Why regional slang matters. Understanding regional slang helps you connect more authentically with locals. Avoid confusion. You'll know that pop after soda. Enjoy content more deeply. Some jokes only land if you get the reference. Sound less like a tourist and more like a guest who gets it. You don't need to memorize all these, but recognizing them gives you massive cultural fluency. Practice tips. Watch regional YouTubers or vloggers from different parts of the U.S. Look up city-specific Reddit threads, e.g. R Chicago, R Austin. Travel, virtually or IRL, and take note of how locals talk. Follow regional meme accounts. They're slang gold mines.